That's so important. It's one of the things that I really am very passionate about
Mhm.
is how the family is an integral part of the
Mhm.
team and that we all work together.
My name is Nancy Marchese. I'm a board certified doctoral level behavior analyst and a clinical psychologist. My goal is to help 2 million children with autism and their families by transforming their lives, and I can't wait to help you too.
I like to say, like, I'm an expert in the ABA, fine,
Yeah.
that's where my practice comes from, but you're an expert in your child, right?
Yeah,
Or the
exactly.
child's able to say, or the adult's able to say, they're also an expert in themselves.
Yeah.
And together, that's what should converge to
Yeah.
make, meaningful differences for the child, for the family, for everybody. We can't assume, we don't know
Yeah.
until we have the conversations we learn from families. I
Exactly.
love the example of the astronaut, because,
Yeah.
Sharon, sometimes I think of you, you're like
Yeah.
one of you're the OG of all of this, and
Yeah.
especially in the province of
Right.
Ontario with autism. You're
Mhm.
one of the originals whose kids were diagnosed much earlier in the journey of all of what's
Yeah.
unfolded in Ontario.
Yeah.
And things have changed, right? We've progressed since then, right? Hopefully, and
Mhm.
it will continue to evolve. But some of the things early on, we learned about, like, what should we be teaching, what
Mhm.
matters,
Right.
what matters to Eric, what matters to you, to your family. These are things,
Right.
questions that we should be asking.
Yeah.
Looking back, what were some of the key things that you thought were really important, now hindsight,
Oh,
were
yeah.
really important for Eric and your family in terms
Mhm.
of learning?
Like one of the first program is like sit and attend,
Hmm.
because he wouldn't sit and attend.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of like having a child where it's like, Eric, look at me, Eric, and then it'd be like, oh, there's a bird, or something like
Yeah.
that. So just that was like the basic first sit and attend. And then being able to ask for things. And, there's a story that like I sometimes share when I talk about like how the changes that I saw in my son. And he never really asked like a WH question before. I don't know if I ever told you the story, but he never
No.
asked the WH question before he started ABA. And we were going through, we were going to a center doing the training for the first week, mornings kind of thing. And like this is just like a story that I've shared so many times, but we were doing this sort of what's this? What's that? And I could see it behind the one way, like sort of mirror, whatever you call it. And so all the time, Eric, what's this? Eric, what's that? Eric, where's this? And then we go and they're like, okay, let's go for break now. Like we're going to come back in the afternoon. So Eric and I like just go to an unhealthy place to eat, like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
Not to, oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that. So we go to this like unhealthy fast food place to eat.
Yeah.
And we're standing in line. And now Eric is like around 4, I think, at this point. And it's January. Like I remember this, so well. Maybe not. Maybe it's like later on, closer to spring. And we're standing. He never asked me WH question before, and we're standing in line because we're gonna order food, and he goes, "What restaurant named this?" Something like that. And I literally like right, and I literally like,
Yes.
what did he just say? And I think it was all because I kept saying to him, "What's this? What's that? What's that?" So even just being able for him to ask for things, like or being things to question things, or that was like the first thing, and then we focused on a lot of like self-help skills, like toileting, brushing teeth, getting dressed, pointing, requesting, those kinds of things. So those were such like fundamental skills, toilet training that really were like obviously very important for us to settle and lay a foundation for him, like to kind of learn more skills. So yeah, those were yeah.
Amazing.
There's only so much we could cover in the short amount of time we had today. If you found value in what we talked about, go to breakthroughautism.ca, join our newsletter, and also follow me on my socials.